The movie begins with Sarah, a status-obsessed high school girl, talking in class with her friends about an upcoming party. During a biology class, she has been different since she dumped her childhood best friend Haley. She hangs out with other groups of girls while constantly trying to fit in their circle. She doesn't have a good relationship with her mom, who is concerned about her daughter trying to ignore her, and in class, Sarah even tries to humiliate Haley by making fun of her questions. On the other hand, Sarah's boyfriend Skylar is back from a trip to Mexico, and she tries to talk to him and crack some jokes, but he acts cold towards her and tells her he is now different. This bothers her so much that she goes to his home at night and seduces him. They end up sleeping together, and Skylar shows some weird reactions while they are having intercourse. The next day, she goes to school dressed up and feeling confident. She has a moment where the whole school stares at her in awe, but all that gets ruined when she ends up vomiting all over the floor right when she is about to kiss Skylar. Haley, whom Sarah hasn't spoken to for a while, goes to check up on her, but Sarah pretends to be fine in front of her friends. That night, she takes a pregnancy test, and the result comes up negative, which calms her, and she goes to bed. In the morning, Sarah finds herself pregnant with a baby bump that indicates she is almost due. She freaks out and goes out through the window to prevent her mom from finding out. Then, she tried to call Kiana, who was not ready to listen to her being all caught up with the latest gossip in school. When she runs out of options, she visits Haley, who is not happy that she came to her for help after not speaking to her since sophomore year. After speaking about the past, Haley agrees to help her. She is also freaked out about the pregnancy, as she just saw her yesterday. Haley suggests they call Skylar, but Sarah refuses. She tells Haley that Skylar is not the father of the baby, so Haley comes up with an idea that doesn't involve anyone finding out. Sarah and Haley go to a free clinic. While Sarah was filling up a form, Haley repeatedly asked her about the father of the baby. She guesses some names from school, but Sarah refuses to say anything about the father. But Haley eventually knows it was Skylar from her reaction. Then Sarah gets into the exam room and has a conversation with a nurse, who doesn't believe she got pregnant in one day. The nurse then uses an ultrasound to see into Sarah's belly. After a while, a strange image appeared on the ultrasound screen, which caused the nurse to freak out. Then another unusual thing occurred. Sarah began to have some serious contractions. The nurse quickly calls a gynecologist to help her give birth. Sarah gives birth to an alien creature, which shoots out of her. The alien immediately kills the gynecologist, exploding his head, and starts to bounce all over the room until it crashes the light. Then it stings the nurse on the back of her neck and starts to control her. This freaks out Haley and Sarah, but they escape after using a defibrillator to knock out the nurse. The alien attacks and kills everyone. Another strange thing happened. Sarah is still pregnant, probably with another alien. Both Haley and Sarah are freaked out after seeing a kick from within Sarah's belly. Haley tells Sarah that they should call the cops, but Sarah doesn't want anyone to know. They decide to go home to try to get Sarah to give birth on the kitchen counter and aim it at the Vitamix, but this plan doesn't work out because Sarah couldn't give birth. She tried to push, but nothing happened. To make matters worse, Sarah's mom comes back home. Haley distracts Sarah's mom while Sarah hides behind the counter until her mom leaves. After Sarah's mom leaves, Haley comes up with another idea: to go see Dave, a weird guy with experience forcing an animal to give birth. Meanwhile, Ruiz, a police officer who happened to be on shift that day, arrives to see the horrors in the clinic. Petrified by the scene, he calls for an ambulance and a coroner. While Haley drives her parents' car to meet Dave, she expresses her concern about the first alien they left at the clinic and what he might do to other people. But what Sarah and Haley don't know is that the first alien she gave birth to is now coming right behind them and is in control of a religious abortion protester who they saw while entering a clinic. The alien misses them by a few inches while attempting to jump into the car, and they get away. Meanwhile, Officer Ruiz discovers the form Sarah filled out and suspects her involvement in what happened since she was the last person to visit the clinic. They meet Dave in his trailer and tell him the whole story. He is fascinated by the whole thing and throws some ideas around about what may be inside Sarah's belly. He also asks about any new things Skylar may have done. Then Sarah, who is tired of the speculations, tells him to get it out of her. While Dave makes his preparations, Skylar calls Sarah and asks her to come over. He is overwhelmed with a huge drive to have intercourse with her. Sarah replies by saying she is sick and hangs up. Sarah is concerned about Skylar's behavior but still chooses not to tell him anything. Haley, on the other hand, argues with Skylar about Sarah's choice not to tell him about her pregnancy, despite everything that is going on. fun. Dave is ready to perform his operation. He places Sarah in front of a machine that injects a uterotonic drug into Sarah's belly, using a large syringe to induce contractions and ultimately labor. But nothing happened after the injection. Sarah insists that he does it again, but before he injects her the first time, Officer Ruiz appears at Dave's house and arrests all of them. He tracked Haley's parents' car using the plate number. Sarah's mom gets a call from the police station and hears that her daughter is pregnant. She arrives at the police station. Sarah's mom has arrived and starts shouting at her daughter for getting so young. Sarah responds saying she was also the same age when she got pregnant. This leads to further arguments which force Officer Ruiz, who believes that Sarah fabricated the alien story because she is ashamed, to take Sarah's mom outside and convince her to be supportive of her teenage daughter. Sarah's mom apologizes to her daughter and talks to her, but nobody is close to believing Sarah's story. Meanwhile, the first alien has followed Sarah to the police station. It possesses Officer Ruiz's partner and gets into the police station, which freaks out every police officer at the station. All armed officers begin firing at Officer Ruiz's partner, which results in the death of the partner, but the alien starts attacking everyone, jumping from one person to the other. Sarah, Haley, and Sarah's mom run to the back of the station, where they meet Dave, who is using the toilet while confined in a cell. Sarah and Haley tell their story one more time to Sarah's mom, and Dave tells his theory about the first alien somehow communicating with the other one in Sarah's belly. Dave also points out that the uterotonic is found in the evidence room, and all of them go to the evidence room, but they have to pass through the main hall first. Officer Ruiz, who is the only officer left alive out of the entire station, stops them while they are on the way. While they were trying to explain their plan to him, the alien attacked him. He sticks a pencil on it, but it ends up overcoming him. Just as the alien was about to jump on them, Dave hit it with a bat and told them to go to the evidence room while he held the alien off. It didn't take long for the alien to possess another officer and kill Dave. Then it proceeds to possess Sarah's mom, knocks out Haley before she can finish preparing the uterotonic. Sarah goes into labor as soon as the alien comes close to her. She ends up giving a second birth to another alien, which is larger than the first one, and passes out. Sarah wakes up in Skylar's house. She immediately asks about her mom, but Skylar is standing right in front of her. At the same time, a party is being held at Kiana's house, who texts Skylar but gets no answer from him. Skylar, on the other hand, is freaking out after hearing everything that happened at the police station. Sarah calmly tries to explain to him what happened, but Haler, who suspects that Skylar has something to do with all of this, angrily confronts him. This makes Sarah angry and has a temporary fight with Haley. Sarah finds Skylar's laptop, where he keeps records of his activities. Sarah reconciles with Haley, and they decide to visit Haley's brother, who works for a security company, to help them open Skylar's laptop, which is locked. On the other side of town, the second alien, who now possesses Sarah's mom, targets a store next to a gas station. It attacks the place and kills a lot of people, filling the whole place with blood spatters. The aliens use the store and build some kind of breeding nest. The only survivor of the attack calls the police station, and Officer Ruiz, who is alive but has lost one eye, answers the call. He arrives at the station to see the whole place filled with alien material. Back at the place of Haley's brother Sarah and Haley have broken into Skylar's computer with the help of Haley's brother. They found a video showing the activities of Skylar while he was in Mexico. The video shows Skylar breaking an ancient Mayan doll, which released a gas he inhaled. The gas has made Skylar a carrier of the alien seed, which explains why he was horny all the time. The second alien is a female who hasn't yet matured and is taken to the breeding ground by the first one. They also realize that the first alien wants to use more humans for mating purposes and has gone to Kiana's party, so they make a plan to go to the party, kill the first alien, and finally destroy the alien nest. Sarah and Haley arrive at the party and they try to warn everyone, telling them about what happened to them, but everyone at the party makes fun of them. They break into one of the rooms and find Kiana and Skylar mating. They separate them and knock out Skylar before he is finished. The first alien, on the other hand, has arrived at the party and possessed one of the students at the party. It began attacking everyone and bouncing from one object object to the other. At one point, it knocks out Haley and almost strangles Sarah while possessing Skylar, but Haley regains her consciousness and tasers Skylar, which causes the alien to jump into a fruit grinding machine. Sarah quickly closes the lid and turns the machine on, which crushes it completely. Now the only thing left to do was to destroy the store, where Sarah's mom is being held by the female alien. Sarah decides to go to the store alone. She arrives at the store and finds her mom pasted to the wall in some alien fluid. She rescues her mom and confronts the female alien, who has now grown to a huge size and gotten pregnant. The female alien attacks her and almost gains the upper hand, but Sarah, who was about to use the lighter to blow up the place, decides to fight back. She throws a uterotone, which she spots inside a bag, into the alien, which causes its pregnant body to explode. Finally, Sarah is rescued by Haley, who has broken out of the house. The movie ends with an ambulance arriving at the scene to take care of the injured people, while Sarah and Haley hug each other. In a post-credits scene, Skylar is bound and taken to an unknown location by a couple of government agents. Did this story spook you out? Let us know in the comments below. For more horror movie recaps, subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next one. Fear awaits you.